Matters in the marriage. Let's talk about it. Matters in the marriage. Let's talk about it. By Dr. Christiana Akede. Let's talk about it. By Dr. Christiana Akede. Let's talk about it. Matters in the marriage. Let's talk about it. Matters in the marriage. Let's talk about it.
Hello. Welcome back to Matters in Marriage. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are watching us today. It's a great honor and privilege to have you on our platform, Matters in Marriage. Keep it burning. Marriage is beautiful. Marriage is ordained by God. Marriage, to some, it brought the greatest frustration in their life. To some other people, it's the most beautiful things that happened in their life. We started a series, Sexual Tension in Relationship. We did a part 1. We talked about the fact that sexual intimacy is part of God's big plan for this holy institution. We spoke extensively about the purpose. We spoke about homes or relationships where these are not happening, things that can happen. And last week, I spoke extensively on the benefit of really having a good sexual intimacy in your relationship. One of the things that really jumped out last week was the fact that it's not every day that you're going to have a situation where you have the candles, you have the oil, and you have the perfume and everything going on. There are days it's going to be quick, rush hour kind of intimacy. But then, during the week, I was also just contemplating. Sometimes it's really about performing your duty to your partner. Sometimes you may not be in the mood. Sometimes you may not actually, feel like. But because of the sake of your partner's need at that moment, so it becomes a duty that you're going to have to perform. So today, we are trying to round it up a little bit, but I have with me in the studio my husband of 34 years, and he's been wanting to be able to come and give us some few thoughts about sexual intimacy. So I have him with me today. He's going to be talking on his experience. He's going to be sharing with us some of the things that the Lord has actually laid in his spirit to share with us. So join me to welcome my husband, Thomas Akede. You are welcome. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Sexual intimacy in relationship. So give us a brief overview of where your mind is at when you listen to the first 2 series that I did. So actually the one I did was based on the request for one of our communities. So now this is also a request that they wanted to hear a man's voice on this conversation. So I'm happy to have him, and he's going to be sharing his own experience. You see, I don't want to go into his own experience because, like he said in many of our previous recording, he's always spoke about the fact that he was really, really bad before he gave his life to Christ. So I don't know if you want to share before and after. I don't know where you want to go, but let me just say, what is your mind? Where's your head at? Talking about sexual relationship.
Yeah, thank you. Marriage is beautiful.
Yeah.
Marriage is God ordained.
Mm-hmm.
Marriage is God's plan for creation. When there is no marriage, we will still have just one man, one woman, created by God, and the purpose of creation will be defeated. So it is important. So you have heard so much from what my wife talked about, but I want to put the man's spin on it, which is very, very important. Without a woman, there is no man. Without a man, there is no woman. So everything sync together. But over time, from the counselor point of view, and from the pastoral point of view, and from the man point of view, I've spoke to so many people that have problems with their marriage.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
I'm just going to start from there before I hit the nail on his head. One woman came to me some years ago with a husband. The husband said, hey, my wife is doing this, that, and that. I said, okay, bring your wife. When the wife came to me and said, what's the problem? He's not giving me the sex that I want. I said, but help your man. I said, I can't help him. Say, I like sex. That's what she said. Because she have to be open to me as a pastor, the husband was there. Say, I like sex. But this man cannot satisfy me. But the irony of it is, she started sleeping with the boss. Because the boss can satisfy her. And the boss even come to her house, which is bad. I said, help this guy. He said, I can't help him. I said, okay, you guy, what do you have to do? Start doing some exercise to keep fit. But can keep fit solve the problem? No. It can't. That is why I'm here today. To see how can you help the man to come up and how can you help the woman to come up. Everything has to be balanced.
Yeah.
Because many homes are broken today or drifting aside because the man cannot satisfy the woman. And as a result of that, the woman is not giving the man what the man wants. The man comes on the woman and wake her up and don't take her to that class 7 that she needed. Then she's burning. And how long can the woman take this? Yeah, last podcast, I heard about somebody asking a question about sex toy that blew my mind. I said, no, we got to address this issue. That is why I'm here today.
All right.
I'm not against those making sex toys. I'm not come here to criticize them. But I'm here to let everyone know that man is made for the woman and the woman is made for the man.
Yes.
Sex toy cannot give you what the man can give you. If this is what God wants originally, God will not create a man nor a woman. Therefore, the origin of sex toy, for those who don't know it, started even as far as 16-something, up until 2000 where we are today. And what brought this then was that women that need to be brought to orgasm have to come to certain doctors that make themselves available for this profession. Is their profession. They help to carry the women into orgasm. How do they do it? They use their finger to do it, to stimulate them. But up until 19-something, before now, some doctors in New York were doing this. It was their profession. And they felt, we can't do this anymore. We are tired. That's okay. They now make these sex toys real. In the first year when this became real, about 1 million people started using sex toys. But from questions that I asked on women, can sex toys really bring them to that satisfaction? No. Sex toys cannot bring to satisfaction. Then what do? We must go back to basics. What God actually wants us to do. Sex in marriage is both spiritual and is both physical. So as a result of this, when you are married to a woman, Like I was sharing with my wife, communication is very important. You must communicate your weakness to your partner. Most men want to do the man thing. Bring yourself low and let your wife understand this area so that you can communicate to yourself. Hey, you are not meeting my need. The wife will tell you, how am I not meeting your need? And don't think because your wife is saying you are not meeting his need means she is doing something behind. No. If you cannot satisfy your wife, something is not right. Then you can come for counsel. This podcast is just like a counsel for women and women. So, because there are benefits to taking your wife to that level that is required of her.
All right. Thank you so much. And I know you kind of pick it up from where I stopped last week. That's about using these facilitators to replace or to help, in this process. I had a situation, somebody kind of listened to the podcast, and she was sharing with me that this day and this age, we have women who are professionally sound. They are well-to-do, they are well-read, and everything. And because of so many disappointments they've had with men, have resulted to not getting married. And they have found a way to enjoy sexual intimacy through the use of these toys. So we're seeing these days that more and more women are going this route because they don't want to go through the experience of marriage. They don't want nobody to tell them what to do. I mean, it's just a lot of societal situation that is happening. So, as a pastor, as a counselor, and as the man you are, before we go into the benefits, let us just have this conversation. So, what do you tell a woman that comes to you and say, hey, as I am now, I am okay. I don't need no man. I am satisfied. I have my money. I have my profession. I have my friends. I have my network. Bringing a man into what I already established is going to disrupt some of the things that I already have in place. What will you tell such a lady?
Well, when a lady comes to me in this manner, first thing is she sure what she's saying?
Okay.
Number one, you say, sure, fine. Okay. Are you having an affair with somebody else?
Okay.
Number two, are you complete with because of your profession and what you have acquired? When she says, okay. Now, ask her, are you thinking of the long-term effect?
Okay.
Having a partner or married is not just because of now.
That's true.
It's because of a time to come.
Yeah.
Then she will say, oh, I'm thinking of now. Thinking of now will not help you. It will come to a time in your life that you have nobody around you, but you need your partner with you to converse. When you come home, to share your mind, to be able to lay your hands or your head on his shoulder, somebody that can bear your pain, your anxiety, your trouble. That is why God said it is not good for a man to be alone. It's not good for you to be alone.
Okay.
You need the closest companion that can carry you. When you are falling, he can lift you up. When he is falling, you can lift him up also.
So in the confine of the Christianity, our faith, right? We all believe that sexual intimacy, a lot of times, no, let me not say we all believe. In those days when we were growing up, it's almost like an abomination for a woman to to be the one initiating sexual intimacy. But we are in a time and an age where these beliefs they are fading away. So my other question to you is, when you have a lady that is more sexually active than the man, how will you recommend for the lady to help the man, and for the man also to accept that what my wife has, or the experience my wife has, it's good for me? I'm going to embrace, instead of probably looking at her like, oh, you are this, you are that, before I marry you, you've already, you get what I'm saying, right? Mm-hmm. Do you get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to. I'm trying to.
So what I'm asking is, if it is the woman that is more
sexually active,
yes, than the man, how can that be balanced?
Yeah, it's not like I said when I started today.
Yeah.
Giving
the example
of a case study of a family. One they must not be selfish. It's selfishness that makes the man say, I just keep her as she is, I look out there. It's selfishness that will make the woman to feel, I just take him as he is, I look out there.
Yes, well.
Yeah. So if the woman is more sexually active,
yes,
she must express it to the man.
Okay.
When she expresses it to the man must be ready to embrace it. It's not that the woman is trying to put you down. It's because the woman is trying to fulfill her marriage vow so that she will not look out there. In the past, you mentioned many women were suffering in silence.
Yes.
Many were suffering in silence. They cannot confront their husband because those days they feel if you do that, you are something else. But now, it's a different world. People understanding have increased and opened to know that it's not a thing for me. I want to fulfill my marriage vow. I got to bring my husband to that level that she can give me satisfaction. And if a woman knows how to, it teaches the man. And the man must be ready to be teachable. The wife will say, okay, do it like this. When you are doing it like this, I can feel it. But when you are doing it like this, I can't feel it. And the man must be able to ready to do that. That means you are teaching him or what to do. It goes to the woman too, to
Absolutely.
the man too. The man should be able to teach the woman to, when you are doing it like this, I can feel it. But when you are not doing it like this, I cannot feel it. Then, okay, next time we're going to practice this. As you do that, you bring yourself to that level and bam, you start enjoying yourself the more. Then the love is getting more stronger and stronger and stronger because sex is something that cements the relationship.
Yeah. Rightfully said, because I think this is one of the personal view that I personally have, that after all the ups and downs and all of those things that happen during the day and at work and stuff like that, I mean, just the ability to have someone meet your need, somebody to just help you release the tension and all of those things, I think is very healthy. It's very, very important. It is beautiful. Before I forgot, please subscribe to our channel, Matters in Marriage. We are being real, we are being authentic, and we are being forthcoming with some of the issues that is causing problems in marriages. And if you have a question, please send your question to us. As we continue in this conversation, we will definitely address your question. And you can also inbox us if you have any question regarding any issue that you are facing in your relationship. By the special grace of God, we'll be able to help. We'll be able to provide some counsel, some direction. So please subscribe. We are trying to grow our channel. Our goal is to get to at least 500 viewers before the end of this year. So please share, and God bless you. All right, talking about sexual intimacy. What are the benefits? What are the physical benefits? I know that last time I spoke about like intimacy is helping you, to cement your relationship. It helps to build up your self-confidence. It helps you to build together, to grow together. So tell us a little bit. What you found out to be some, not all, some of the physical benefits of sexual intimacy in a relationship?
It is very important. Before I go into that, I just want to bring this point. You have to build a relationship to a point to know how to turn your husband on.
Or your wife.
And how to turn your wife on. So many people get into a relationship or married. When they are going out of the house, they look their best. But when they are in the house, they don't care to look their best. And physical attraction has a lot to do in relationship, in the view of life. So every day you are out, the man is out, you see different kind of people as you go.
Okay.
The woman see different kind of people as you go. But when you come home, you are seeing a different image. So in marriage, we must make sure we make ourselves look good in the house. Always refer to how it was when the man saw you, how it was when the woman gazed onto that man. Don't lose sight of that.
Absolutely.
It's one of those things that turns the man on.
Because men are more physical. I remember somebody was making an analogy, and he said, when his wife dresses up and say, "Hey, honey, how do I look?" He said, when I look at her, right there, sometimes my body's making jim.
It has to.
Already.
It has to.
Because men are physical.
Yeah.
While women, we are more emotional.
Yeah.
So we can conceal our own emotion. But a lot of time, men don't. And I remember sometimes you always share with me, like you see some women at work, some of them, the way they dress and all of those things, So men are physical. So women, you need to take cognizance of that no matter how holy, how prayerful or whatever your man is, that there's a lot they see when they go out there. So you want to keep yourself fit. And one of the things, like I will always say, is, for example, the way my husband normally do is, sometimes he comes home, he says, "Hey, I saw this lady wore this outfit and I really like it. And I really want you to have that outfit." So what is that? What he saw outside, he's tried to bring it. So maybe he really, really liked the outfit. Sometimes we will actually go out to go look for that outfit. You get what I'm saying? So because men are very, very physical. Very, very physical. So women, we have the responsibility to keep ourselves constantly attracted, right? To our husband, like when we first started. Like how he saw us when we first started, right?
Yeah.
But we also know that women have a lot of duties to juggle together. Child caring, jobs, homes, and everything. So I'm not saying you should kill yourself to look attractive to your husband. I'm saying just make sure you do the basic things. Do your hair well. Come on. Dress up well. Use perfume. Take your shower. Don't be sloppy. Yeah. Actually, let me quickly share this. Somebody called me, I think maybe like 6 months after we got married, back in my country. And she said to me, hey, you are behaving like Mother Teresa. You are behaving like you are the one that give birth to Jesus Christ. She said to me, your husband is jaye jaye. Do you know the meaning of jaye jaye? Outgoing. She said to me, we used to know your husband before the two of you got married. Your husband is outgoing. So all these things you are doing, you better put it aside and go change your wardrobe. That's what she said to me. This same person, she's in America. And I always go back to that sentiment that she gave me back then. So that really opened my eyes. So women, a lot of times, maybe because of the society we are now, you don't have somebody speaking into your life. Come on. I'm addressing it now. You cannot let down yourself.
Just shake your body for your man.
You cannot let down yourself. You got to be on top of it.
Yeah.
All right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're still having that
conversation.
We're
talking about the benefit.
Yes.
I did some research, and not that we don't know this before, but I'm just taking it from one doctor, Nico Serene. He's an MD. He gave us some benefits of sex, which is important, which I believe in. So sex activates variety of neurotransmitter that impact not only our brain, but severely other organs in our bodies. Sex. So sex is very powerful. Don't mess with it. See, the man who tried to have sex with the wife in the Bible because she doesn't want to give her a child, she just took out the sperm and the Lord killed him. We don't like talking much about that. Each time you are in connection with your wife, God pay attention because it was originated by God. It's one of those things that God respects when you do it. God honor you for doing it genuinely. Not doing it just because, let him go and get out from here. No. The benefits, it lowers your blood pressure. It helps you lower your blood pressure. When you meet, after you have a good relationship, good sex, it helps you. It helps to better your immune system also. I say, wow, this is things we all need to know. So I bring it out to this podcast today so that we can share it together. It helps better your heart health when you have it, possibly including lowering your risk of heart disease. I work in a place one day, men talk. Women talk also. We're having this men talk. And this friend of mine, he's a pastor too, said, hey, Pastor, how many times do you have sex with your wife in a week? I said, what? You don't have enough time in a week. You have to be having more than 2-3 times in a week. Is that what you say? Yes. Because of the benefit. But now when I doing the research over when this podcast started, I said, let me do more research. It helps lower your blood pressure. All the anxiety you have by the time you come home, you play with your wife, you release all those tension. It helps to better your sleep. Not the drive-through. The drive-through sometimes wakes you up. As a woman, you won't be able to sleep. As a man, he will go to sleep. That is why you have to satisfy your wife exactly the way it's supposed to be, carry her to orgasm if you are doing it before you go to bed. Now, one of the benefits, again, it helps to neutralize and relieve you of pains that you are having. You're having trouble, you are being confused, you are kind of getting to a point of depression. Sometimes people are giving you pain, but when you come to your man, you and your wife holding yourself together, play. As a time you are even playing, something she don't want to say, She might be telling you how I feel and stuff like that. You try to pet her, to console her. By the time you go to the real thing, my God, she forget all those troubles and anxiety. You helped each other. Same thing to the man. Mm-hmm. You help each other. There are several benefits amongst many that we're saying here. It helps to decrease depression and anxiety. Mm. Look it up from this doctor.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Nicole Serino, professor of psychiatry at OHSU, Center for Women Health.
All right.
So for me, when I am intimate with my wife, we have a good sex, not the drive-through. It makes me feel on top of the world. It makes me feel I'm doing what God wants me to do. It makes me feel I'm performing my obligation as it was in the beginning when we left the altar. But when I don't feel her, see her satisfied, it makes me feel very, very sad. I don't know of other men. You have to know when your wife really enjoys you. Most women don't enjoy their men because they don't take the woman to cloud 7. The woman don't get to orgasm. They do it as if when they were having their girlfriends out there, doggy, 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 and that's it. No. When you are married, it's a different ball game. You have to let your wife enjoy you. That is why the Bible says, drink in your own well. When you drink in your own well, it's using your wife as the service as the well. You drink from it, you dress it. And while you are going in there, the way to dress it to make you enjoy that water you are drinking, you have to ravish her. Make her satisfied. My wife, this is very important to say to the public. I might not have opportunity to say this again. It is very, very important because after today, I told you last time we were discussing, we had a meeting like this several years ago. 2 couples were fighting from their house. Each time they come to us in the community, they look so well. But each time they are driving back home, they are fighting. Why? Because the woman said, we are not having baby. Why are we having sex all the time? No, yeah. But when the air was cleared, they see people talking to them who are 50 years and above. And they were just young, 20-something years. Oh, it means this thing is real. When they went back home, they performed everything that they were taught in that meeting. And the guy said to me, oh, Pastor, we have to be having this meeting every 3 months. So that most of us that are dying in silence in our marriage, we can come back to life. Many marriages are dying. They are drifting away. Many people can't speak out. Even pastor's wife, bishop's wife, reverend's wife, they can't speak out because who are we going to talk to? It is very important that every man set aside time for the wife. You cannot be too busy not to have time for her. You cannot say, oh, I have to go for a crusade and you don't have time for your wife. When you don't satisfy your wife, you are not fulfilling your right and God will ask you. It's very, very important. Don't let her burn in silence because she cannot go out there and do what other people do. She has to suffer in silence until it's all over. So it's very important from today that we can clear the air. I have a call into the ministry. I have served the Lord for more than 40 years. There is nothing that God requires of a man than for you to be the first priest of your wife. Before the children come, they become the first priest of your children. You must be able to download what God put in you into them. How can they hear you when they are burning in silence? So please, it's very important to clear the air that we must make our wife to enjoy us as we enjoy them. It is very important. Don't go there and just enjoy your wife and get up. No. You must satisfy her. Take her to that level of orgasm that is required. Next question, my dear.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarification. Yeah. It's big. It's big, especially in our community. In our community where there's so much pretense, there's so much camouflage, there's so much pretending until it comes to a point where pretense is no longer working. And the worst part of it is the kids are seeing the tension in the house and they can't do anything about it. And some kids have seen how bad even the minister's marriage at home is, and because of that, some of them have decided that they don't want to have anything to do with the ministry because they know it's just a cover-up. It's a camouflage. It's a pretense where you go up there, you rain fire, you do everything, but in your home, your wife or your husband is not happy with you. I think it was Benny Hinn who said one time like that, like if he's going for a crusade and he's in the hotel with his wife, and he said if I'm about to go out and my wife calls me and say, hey honey, I need a kiss from you, or I need intimacy from you, he said he would drop his Bible, he would drop his coat, he will satisfy her before going onto that platform, because if he doesn't, he knows very well that there's a disconnect, and any prayer he's praying out there, there's the possibility that it will not be answered. Because this is another thing. A lot of time, men don't know that the key to answering prayers in their homes, the Bible ties it to his relationship with his wife. It says, if you don't make peace with your wife, your prayers will not be answered. So instead of you calling her a witch, instead of you calling her bad luck that came into your life and into your ministry, it's time for you to just put this ego down and address her concern so that you can see the anointing and the power of God flowing in your ministry. Thank you so much for bringing that up. All right. Another question we have is masturbation. Masturbation. I'm going to let you talk about it. Is it okay for a man to be masturbating?
Yeah, I've had cases one time. This is an elderly guy, but now he should be around 70-something years. Mm-hmm. Came to me about 10 years ago, and I asked him, hey, Pastor, what do you think about masturbation? I said, no, that's not God's plan. If that's God's plan, there will be fruitful and multiply. What you are emitting out in your masturbation has no relevance with the plan of God for humanity. Then I wanted to ask him. I know it was the wife that causes it, but the Holy Spirit don't want me to ask him, because he was married. He's an elderly person. So why will you have a wife in the house and you are masturbating? It's different from somebody who is masturbating that is not even married, who is masturbating that not even have a girlfriend. So I'm going to go to that area, but let me talk about this first. Now, it's not God's plan. It's not a good thing to do. Such people doing that, God is not happy about it. Because it's not biblical, it's not spiritual. It's just mind. That I need to just lose attention. This woman is not giving me attention. I'm tired of going to her and she won't let me, and she's married. I just take care of myself and I go. It's just almost the same thing like women using instruments like sex toy. Who has husband in the house? Okay. Some people masturbate. They don't even know how to talk to a lady.
I know, because when you always stress that fact that some men don't actually know how to actually speak to a woman. As a result of that, they tend to shut the door themselves. And they try to satisfy themselves with themselves.
Because if you see a lady that you like.
So in those days when you were growing up, you were also in those areas where you connect men that can.
Yeah, they call it pimp in America. They call it pimp in America. So If you need a girl, you don't know how to talk to a lady back home. Then once I get into my car, I see a beautiful lady. That's before I got married to my wife. I see a beautiful lady. Hey, come on, baby. How you look good. Pum pum. Took in my car. Hey, but it's not me. I'm connecting with somebody that will take very good care of you. Even though if it's not better than me, I say it's better than me, it's charming than me and stuff like that, because the person cannot talk to a woman. So the only way to do is to help them. So if you have such people in your life, find a way to help them. Because from now to Adam, they don't know how to. They are afraid. Even though they see a girl that they love, they like, they might be giving them something, but they cannot talk to them, I like you. They can be helping them. They cannot say, I like you. But the guy is even, why is he doing it? Does he want me? And he's not speaking out.
Yeah.
So the lady too, you can help him. Say, why are you doing this to me? Do you like me?
I don't think so.
Because the world is changing.
Okay.
Those days, no. But now the world is changing.
All right.
The guy might have a good career, but don't know how to talk to a woman. They can even be a medical doctor, but don't know how to talk to a woman. So we have to help one another. Masturbation is no good. People doing it because their partner are denying them.
Yeah.
Because of time, we can talk. Is that what solve the issue?
Yeah. Yeah. So, like you said, helping yourself as a man to relieve the tension, it's not biblical. The thing is, you need to get to the bottom of it, especially if you are married. You have a wife in your house. If you are married, why are you masturbating? Why are you running at night to the restroom? Why? To the bathroom? Why? Why are you doing it? You need to be honest. Honest. You need to have those conversations. There's something I read. It says, communicating is hard. Not communicating is hard. Choose your hard. That is, choose which one you want to, which one is hard that you want to embrace. It's either you communicate, it's hard, or you don't communicate, which is also hard. So there needs to be that communication. There could be so many reasons why the man is masturbating. So those reasons need to be brought to the light. It needs to be brought to the table.
Sometimes.
Conversations needs to happen.
Sometimes, right? Sometimes. It's not the man's fault when he's married.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the woman's fault.
Yeah.
Communication.
Yep.
Maybe the woman is not enjoying him. So instead of the woman telling him, look, I'm not enjoying you because the way you are doing this stuff, you just come 1 minute, you are done, you are gone. Then you left me burning. So now the woman needs to say, come on, you can do better. And when he does better, if she can teach him, the man can say, okay, this is all I know. Can you help me? Because men wants to use their ego and not say, help me.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to say, help me. Then when you're able to come down to that level to tell her to help you, then she will help you. Maybe because he's not telling her and she's not communicating to her, then it comes to a point that it's always causing fight. There's always a division. Each time she tells the wife, "Can leave me alone. Leave me alone." It's okay. I'm tired of leave me alone. Because each time you say leave me alone, it demeans who the man is. It demeans who the man is. It brings the man down. As a result, the man have concluded that I don't even want to do this, and I don't want to go outside and mess around. So the man now resulted in masturbation. So there are many factors. It happens. Told to the women also. The woman don't want to go out there. The woman resort to, everybody's using this thing. Let me try it too. Into that devices. And everybody's going apart. And they are living in the same house. They are divorced but still living together. Yep. But officially not on paper because they are not communicating.
Yep. Yeah. That's so true. Well said. That's really important. And you also mentioned a point that, for example, one of the reasons why a man can be masturbating may be the man doesn't love the wife anymore. The love is not there anymore. He shut his heart towards that lady. Reasons, so many things could be the reason. So many things could be why. the man doesn't want the woman. And sometimes you just want to frustrate her also, to the extent that you say, okay, I'm going to use this as a weapon. Because people do use sex as a weapon to punish the other. Okay, you did this to me, this is how I'm going to handle it. So in situations like that, there had to be honesty and communication. You have to be truthful to yourself. Be truthful. Be honest. Hold the bull by the horns. Let the woman know if you don't love her anymore. Don't pretend and keep a woman in a relationship for 20, 30 years and you shut her down. This woman cannot do, you have no relationship. This woman is burning, like he is saying, and you are not just there, you are pretending. No, don't do that. That is dishonesty. That is dishonesty, and it's not good. All right.
And this is so much even in the Christian community.
Yes.
Because if you are not a Christian, you can have as many girlfriends outside marriage. It's happening. But because you are a child of God and you know the repercussion, you know what the word of God is saying.
Yep.
So because one party is trying to punish one other party,
Yes.
and he knows that, okay, you can't go out there anyway. Because when you go out there, you'll be exposed.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it's just a mess out there.
Yeah. So
and we need to do better.
we need to. So the other question that somebody sent to me was, can a married woman be raped in her marriage? Now, please share our broadcast, subscribe to the channel, and send us any question you have. Can a married woman be raped by her husband in their marriage?
Depend on the community. Depend on where you are coming from, what part of the world you are. Now that the world has become something else.
Okay.
From other part of the world, a woman can't rise up and say the husband is raping her. But from this part of the world, where your wife says, stop. Some women, when the husband didn't stop, even if it's not anybody, it's just the husband, because they don't want that relationship anymore, they call 911. My husband is raping me. Because she's looking for a way to end the relationship before. If you get to a point, even the police might come and say, okay, man, get your pants together, I want you out of this house. Don't come near this house for a while. Should it be like that? No. Now, let's clear the air. If your wife don't want it that time, you do everything to take her to the level that you can understand reason why, then you let go. Then if the man is so serious, the woman know how to help the man. That is why this communication must come in. So you must know how to help one another to release the tension that the man is having. Sometimes the man is having heavy tension. The woman, when the woman is having tension, you can't know. Unless the woman rubbing all day, all night. But if you are sensitive, you know my wife needs something. You hold her together, help her to lose this tension also. You don't force a woman. When you force her, she will never enjoy you. It's just like you are raping her.
All right.
So, but if you in this community, your wife say, stop more than 3 times, just leave her alone. When she's ready, she will bring herself to you.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I just think it's all a miscommunication also. If you are legally married and you exchange your marriage vows, you've said to your spouse, my body is your body is my body, we are one. This is my own opinion, I don't think there is a rape in a home that is, how should I put it, where there is an authentic marriage. There could be a miscommunication. There could be a situation where one party is in and the other party is not. I want to personally say, when situations like that arise, there's the need for consideration on both sides. There's the need for the person to consider the other person's need at that moment. And like he rightfully said, if all how should I put it? If all the little things happen and there's still no opportunity to actually continue, be patient with one another. It's very, very important. I've seen and I've heard where a lady called on the law enforcement claiming that she was raped, and the other person say, no, you are my wife, there's no way I could have raped you. So it becomes a whole all this law and legal situation and stuff going on. So personally, I don't think if you are married to your spouse, I don't think I call it rape. I call it maybe misunderstanding. But even at that junction also, there's the need for consideration between the two parties.
Yeah, but it could have been misunderstanding. You use the word misunderstanding, right? Mm-hmm. I think the relationship, marriage must come to a point where you really have to understand yourself.
Okay.
Take us, for example. Okay? Mm-hmm. For example. What you love is you just want your husband just to hold you sometimes. Mm-hmm. Okay? Maybe I feel sexy, but you want to hold you. But I have to learn over time and develop myself to that point where I have to hold you, regardless. Okay? So everybody should learn as much as possible to know your partner.
Absolutely.
Know when your partner is in need. Even though you are hush there, you have to build yourself to that point where you have to, once you understand your partner, you have the best of her. Once you understand your partner, you have the best of him. That means to say, there are times even the man don't even want anything himself. And you really craving for it. You know? I've seen men that they will just get up because this man is troubling me too much. I'm thinking of something. It shouldn't be that. It's disrespect. So, but you must come to that point to know yourself. I've had people that walk away from their wife's room. And they just went to the living room and stayed there because they said, this woman is troubling me too much. And what will that result to if they are not believers?
Abandonment.
You are telling her, go out there and leave me alone.
Yeah, that's a sign of abandonment, of neglect.
Yeah.
That's a sign of I don't care for your feelings, and I'm not ready to help you with your feelings.
So you have to learn to know each other. And like I always say from the beginning, you don't even know yourself until the last day. You keep learning. Marriage is an institution that you keep graduating and graduating and graduating.
Yes, absolutely. Because of our time, I don't think we have any question out there. Please share. Help us to share this broadcast. And many more broadcasts is going to be coming. Sexual tension in relationship. This is part 3. We have the part 1, the part 2, and this is the third one. And let me just quickly say something at this junction. The thing is this: when you're in a marriage relationship, try to be friends with each other. Let there be friendship. Let there be friendship among you. Grow to become friends. Grow to become each other's confidant. Grow to become each other's not only lover, but each other's friend for life. Because one other scenario that I'm seeing that is happening, and a lot of people have alluded to it, is the fact that when kids are grown up, and life is in a cycle, right? There's a time it was you, and then it became 2. And God blesses that too. It became 4, 5, 6. And then as time goes on, 6 reduced to 5 because one child graduated, married, get out of the house, until it comes back to the 2 of you again. And as time goes on, you may see come back to when it will be 1 again. But when it comes back to these 2, after that whole journey, now if you are not friends with each other, it becomes a challenge, because it looks like what is taking the attention, what is taking the time you guys are investing in your kids and all of those things, now you are by yourself. It's not the two of you. So when you don't have relationship, this is another problem that causes 30, 35, 38, 40 years marriage to collapse because the kids are gone. That means it was the kids that was holding the relationship. As soon as the last person is gone, you say, oh, okay, now we don't know what to do with each other. Now we have this whole time. We don't know what to do with each other. Don't let your relationship come into that level. Be friends with each other. And even when that time comes, occupy yourself. Occupy yourself. Get things done. But always have at the back of your mind that this person, you've come a long way. 30, 35 years, come on, 40 years. Now, I mean, where are you going? What are you going to do? So I'm just throwing it out there. These are some of the factors that when it gets to that point, things start to drift apart.
And that is when the relationship has almost becoming sour before the kids leave the house. When the kids now leaves the house, if it's on the man's part or it's on the reverse, that is when the man is going to the bedroom, the woman is still staying at the living room.
At the living room.
Make sure when the man is asleep, then she will come upstairs. Or when the woman goes to the living room, then the man says, I'm trying to live watching you. He might even fall asleep there. When the woman is completely asleep, that is when the man wants to go up there. Mm-hmm. By the time he goes to the bed, he stays at the edge of the bed because they have been keeping one room for a longer time. So it's very important to make yourself friend.
Yes.
It's not everybody that is fun. Try to create fun. It's very important. Create fun atmosphere for yourself.
Yes.
I just believe that with this little nugget that we are throwing out there, it will help our relationship.
Yep.
Most especially, you must let your wife enjoy you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you so very much. This is where we're going to be drawing the curtain today. By the special grace of God, we're going to be coming on to you with many more episodes. But please share this broadcast. Send us your questions. Send us your comment. And we will talk about it. It is matters in marriage. There are so many matters in marriage. We spent the last about a month talking about sexual intimacy. And I tell you, it's just a scratch. This is deep. It had so many legs and arms and fingers to it. So, but this is where we're going to be stopping. And please share this broadcast. Subscribe to our channel, Matters in Marriage. And by the grace of God, we will see you next time. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your marriage because marriage is beautiful.